What's up, YouTube? We got another discussion to do today. Now, these are the 5 greatest yo-yos ever. According to me. And unresponsive as well. Like, there's other yo-yos that I really enjoy that I don't feel like fit into this category. But these are basically my top 5 unresponsive yo-yos. Now, disclaimer, this is just my opinion. It doesn't matter. Whatever yo-yo you think is the best for you is the best yo-yo. Period. It's all opinion. Yo-yos come in many different sizes and shapes, and I think that's wonderful. This is sort of a celebration of that because none of the top 5 are even close to the same shape. But before we get into the top 5, I want to describe to you what would be the #1 yo-yo if I could merge it and tweak it. So this is kind of like, this would blow out every other yo-yo I've ever touched if it existed. Maybe one day it will. Maybe I'll have the opportunity to help design it one day. But as of right now, it doesn't yet exist, but maybe someday. So this is a CLWY Orca. It's a fool's gold. It was machined by One Drop. It's got a pure matte finish. And this is a top yo Silenus. As you can see, they are very similar in shape and size. The Silenus is about 67.5 grams, a little bit heavy. There's more cuts and stuff, and it's got a nice bead blasted finish, which is very nice. It's also made out of 7003 aluminum. The Orca is made out of 6061 aluminum and has a pure matte finish. Pure matte's not my favorite finish. I think it looks good. It holds up really well, which I'm a big fan of. So this is actually my EDC yo-yo very often, just because of how well it holds up. It's got some hits and dings on it, and some of them I put there, some of them I didn't, but it still plays awesomely, and this yo-yo does more than I could ever ask it to do. It's so good. But it's not perfect. So, how would merging these two yo-yos be perfect? Well, we'd start out with the Orca, because this is the closest one to perfect in my opinion. 7075 aluminum, make it out of that. A little bit wider. The Orca is about 1.5 millimeters or 2 millimeters less wide than the Silenus. So I'd make it about as wide as the Silenus, and then I would want a bead blast on it. In fact, if One Drop could do it and then bead blast it like they did on the Countach 5000 QV, that would be perfect. I'd like to keep the weight about where it is, however, to redistribute some of the weight towards the rims just to give it a little bit more power and a little bit more stability while keeping the weight that it is. And I think that a master machinist like Sean over at One Drop could facilitate something like that, and then to have it bead blasted would be absolutely perfect. I like that it has just the long protruding nipple there, and I feel like that adds both to the aesthetic of the cup and to the overall solidity of the construction, meaning it's got a really nice long axle. You're not going to strip it, and I love that. So that's sort of where I would go with that. I maybe would want to tweak the inner cup a little bit to make it a little more like the Silenus inner cup, but you know, basically I just want a little more rim weight to have a little more power, a little more stability, and a little bit wider. And I think with a bead blast and 7075 aluminum, it would be my absolute perfect #1 yo-yo that I would never ever want to put down. So it's probably good that that doesn't exist yet, because now I can play with all the other yo-yos. But let's get into it. These are my top 5 favorite unresponsive yo-yos ever. And these are in no particular order, so don't ask which one's #1. All 5 are #1 for the most part. We're gonna start with GSquared. The GSquared Wolf. GSquared Wolf was actually the first GSquared yo-yo I ever bought. I bought a clear coated one. I traded it after a while for some One Drops, but I always missed it after it was gone, and I had been looking for either a World Breaker swirl or an Arkham swirl. My buddy PJ had a half swap. He has the other halves, and he was selling this one, and I was like, that's it. That's a top 5 Grail yo-yo. I need to have it. So, the GSquared Wolf. one of my top 5 greatest yo-yos of all time. And this is the best color combination you could have. The Arkham Swirl / World Breaker Swirl. Best one. Period. And it's mine. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Other GSquared. The GSquared 2016 OG Banshee. That's right. The OG Banshee. I love this yo-yo. It's so good. I like this, I think, more than the 2018 Banshee. Did get to play the 2018 Banshee at Jake's house. This one just has more magic, in my opinion. 2018 Banshee plays great. It is great. I'm not knocking it. This one's magical, though. I'm sad to see it go. Progress is the way, but man, do I love the OG Banshee. It's so, so good. The Diamond Blast finish is, like, so perfect, and I love everything about the design, the aesthetic of it, and the feel and play. It plays light and nimble, but somehow just has infinite spin time and is super powerful. It's just one of those yo-yos that, like, I don't know how it plays as well as it plays, but it's just amazing. And I love it so much that it's been in my top 5 since I got it. I don't expect that to go anywhere anytime soon, but the OG GSquared Banshee, love it. So that's GSquared stuff. Too Sick. Joey did a lot of great stuff this year. Too Sick always kills it. And I can tell you that pretty much anything Too Sick designs, I'm going to really love. Really, really a lot. I'm going to love it. However, the Too Sick Seraph, there's just some kind of magical, special magic here. I didn't think I was going to love it as much as I did, but it's just so freaking good. Like, here it is next to the Orca. As you can see, lots of similarities as far as diameter and width are concerned. But this has just the nicest, softest finish. This one's dead smooth. And check out this splash. How nice is that splash? A little more power than the Orca, but still sort of very chill and just floaty and nice. And this was sort of the one I was, like, skeptical about, at least as far as 2017 releases were with Too Sick. And this was the one I ended up loving absolutely the most. I still play this one the most. I probably play it just about every day still. I've probably had it now for 4 or 5 months. And it's so good. Joey really killed it on this one. I love this yo-yo. Absolutely in my top 5. This is probably the wild card in the top 5. It was one of the ones I didn't think was going to be there, but it's just one of the ones that's so good. The shape is perfect. The width is perfect. The weight is perfect. It's just such a chill, fun yo-yo to play with, and I love it. So every time I pick it up, it makes me happy, and that's the key, right? Pick up yo-yos, be happy with them. That's what happens with this one. Now you're saying to yourself, well, where can he go from here? And where's all the one-drop stuff? Here's the one-drop stuff. One-drop Countach 5000 QV. Can't tell you how many hours this baby has on it. Countless. I got this very early in 2017, right around when they came out in January, so I've had it about a year now. Hours. Hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. There were days that it was pretty much just me and this yo-yo. Weekends, sometimes. And I love it. Mine's got a little bit of wear and tear, some dings, some pinpricks. Still super smooth, dead smooth. I love this bead blasted finish on the 7075 aluminum. I love it. I love it. I think that's really what pushed me into, like, grind tricks in 2017, like grinding up my arm and stuff, was this yo-yo. It is so good. I've replaced the response pads on this twice, at least once, and I've only had it for a year. Bearing's been cleaned a few times, and it's still dead smooth, dead silent. Just, I mean, I can't say enough good things about the Countach 5000 QV. It's fun, it's stable, it's great. It's like the GT version of the original Countach, which I also really like, but it's perfection. It doesn't get better in this shape than this yo-yo. It just does not. It's perfect. So, still love the Countach 5000 QV. If you don't have one, you need one. I'm telling you right now. Get them. And last, but certainly not least, is sort of a, I guess also kind of a wild card, because it just came out not too terribly long ago. But it's just been so fun, and I've played it a ton. And this is the One Drop Dang 2. As you can see, I've sort of nicked the crap out of it. Maybe you can't see. But lots of little nicks and dings along the side here. 7075 aluminum, just like the Countach 5000 QV. And no side effects. Dead smooth. Super just floaty, but nimble and stable. And, I mean, it's everything you kind of want in a yo-yo for me. I mean, it's super comfortable, but it's not like... It doesn't play like an organic yo-yo. It's not. There's nothing boring about it. It's fun. It's powerful. It's floaty. It's nimble. It does all the right things. I like all the colors it came in too. I kind of wanted to do the half black with this. I wanted to get a second one and get a black one and just half swap them. I might still do that. I don't know. But now I've kind of beat up both sides of this one, so maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. I still like this one so much. I play it a lot, so maybe I'll just keep this one. Play it a ton. Figure out a half swap later. But I gotta say, I mean, it's so good. Dang 2 is so good. All of these are so good. Like I said, this is probably the most recent one. Either this one or the Seraph are the most recent releases. You can still get this. The Seraph might be sold out. It might be done. So if you haven't picked up a Seraph, if you see them on, I've seen a few on the BST occasionally. You want to get it, because God, I love this thing. But the Dang 2, also excellent. You can still pick this up. I think there's still Countach 5000 QVs as well. Good luck getting a hold of a GSquared. But if you can, Banshee and the Wolf. They sit at the tippy top. It's all good. The Banshee and the Wolf just step up. So good. Love them. Love them to death. They're so good. But that's going to do it for me today, guys. These are the greatest yo-yos ever. I'm so excited to have such a nice yo-yo collection, and in my opinion, these are the best ones. Hopefully, at some point, I will get to work on making the perfect yo-yo that is this shape eventually, but we'll see. That might come with time, and I might tweak it in my mind still before that happens. This is sort of an evolution anyway of sort of where my mind and playing has gone, so we'll see. We'll see what happens from here. Looking forward to 2018 and some of the new stuff that's been teased this year. So keep an eye out for that, because I will do my best to keep you guys updated and informed and get reviews out as things come out and become available to me. So, you know, that's going to do it for me today, though, guys. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think? Are there a few yo-yos that I left out that you were sure were going to be in the top 5? Now my top 10 has, you know, these top 5 are really hard to carve out of like the top 10, because the top 10 is pretty solid. But these top 5 I felt like were really sort of the ones that I just needed to talk about these and add a little bit of mystery, because, you know, now you don't know what the next 5 are. So, you know, anything that's in my top 10 though really is just a really amazing yo-yo. And I feel like I've got a lot of really amazing yo-yos, but, you know, some of them really just tend to stand out. And I try to just preach that as often as I can. So some of these may not be that big of a surprise, but some of them may be. So let me know in the comments. But it's going to do it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. I do yo-yo content every day. It's pretty fun. But, thanks, guys. Cheers to you. I'll see you next time.